Have you ever felt trapped in your calling, praying for an escape, a different path, a new assignment? Well, this is the story of Pastor Micah, a pastor who spent years begging God to change his mind. Pastor Micah served faithfully, but in a town that never grew. His sermons felt like seeds on stone. He watched other pastors rise, bigger churches, louder platforms, more successful ministries, but not him. He yearned for greater things, for new opportunities. He yearned for a reason to leave. Pastor Micah knew the prophet Jeremiah's cry, "O Lord, you deceived me, and I was deceived." He felt like fire was shut up in his bones, but he also felt the ache of staying. Resignation letters were drafted and discarded, bags considered packed. Every sunrise brought the same answer: stay. For God's gift and call are irrevocable. That's the scripture in Romans 11 verse 29. And that verse echoed in his spirit. This wasn't just a job. It was a divine commission. It was a divine assignment, and heaven hadn't withdrawn it. Pastor Micah's name was not in lights. The church wasn't booming, but lives were changing. Pastor Micah just didn't see it. But then one day, after burying a man, that man he had discipled for decades, a woman approached him and said, "Pastor Micah," the woman was choking with tears, "you don't know me, but my father, the man that you buried today, he came to Christ because of you, and now I walk with Jesus, and so do my children." Then she looked in the eye of Pastor Micah and said something more. Pastor Micah will never forget her words. "If you hadn't stayed in your assignment, 3 generations would be lost." Pastor Micah froze. He had longed to erase the words God had given him, but God had written them in the ink of eternity. The measure of faithfulness, he realized, was never the fruit visible to man, but the obedience visible to heaven. Let me tell you this. Not every call leads to crowds. Some will lead to quiet corners of the world where heaven rejoices, and it's unseen by many. God is not unjust. He will never forget your work or the love you have shown in his name. That's the scripture in Hebrews 6 and verse 10. Pastor Micah had run the race, not for applause, but for purpose. The assignment wasn't punishment. It was eternal purpose. And now he knew. So you have heard Pastor Micah's story. If it resonates with you, you are not alone. Maybe you have been asking God to change your assignment, wondering if your obedience even matters. But God sees, He remembers, and He rewards. So keep going. Your unseen harvest is seen by Him. God bless you as you continue to work for the Lord.